featuring Professor Ken and Reek in the Lion's Den.
Truly the best of both worlds at covering life topics. My man Professor Ken and Reek in the Lion's Den. Piece 'em up. One.
Streets versus the corner, sidewalk versus the street, squares versus the underworld. I mean, I look at it like this. There's a lot of people that jump into the street life and then they get a 15-year sentence in which they stayed up on the sidewalk. What say you about that situation? Because we find that a lot throughout America. What do you got to say about that?
Well, you know, my position on the underworld versus the square world is that, you know, a lot of people in the underworld are fed with fallacies, you know, with BS. That, you know, if you stay down, if you keep it real, you know, and if you stay true to the game, that the game gonna be true to you. But I know a lot of guys that were true to the game, in the D game, in the pimp game, and I can name numerous of stories where you had the cross, the triple cross, and the boss cross, where pimps would cross other pimps out. You know, dudes would act like, you know, they were cool with you all the time, but they were trying to get your brow. People, you know, come over your house and they go in your bathroom, they let your window up, you know, so when they leave, you know, their homies can creep in there and come and jack you. You know, you ride in a car, you know, some of your player partners that you think is players, and they texting guys and say, yeah, man, we by the liquor store, and dudes pull up and they rob both of y'all. You know, I mean, the streets is cold, you know, where the police, you know, send your homeboy, somebody that you've been with all your life. I got a story. I had a partner, you know, he grew up in Lap Projects. He was a cold little dude, man. He ended up hustling, get a lot of money. You know, he ended up going from the D gang to the P gang. But when he left the gang, he left a couple of his partners behind. So he had moved out of town. So when he moved out of town, his partner had got caught up. So when he got caught up, the feds told his partner, hey man, look, we need you to go get this dude down in Atlanta, man. We need you to set him up. So they had a DEA agent who was abroad to go down to Atlanta with him. So they met up in Magic City. So when they met up in Magic City, he asked dude, he said, man, can you give me a couple keys? I need about 4 keys. And dude was like, yeah, man, I can get you the 4 keys. You know, matter of fact, here's dude's number. And that one move got my man sent to the penitentiary. But this was a guy that he grew up with. You see what I'm saying? So people think the game is sweet. You know, and this guy, the same guy that I'm talking about, he had over $1 million worth of jewelry. He had all kind of business and all kind of fine things. But here's the crazy thing. He ended up getting a job working in the kitchen. He worked in the prison kitchen. He was making approximately like 20 cents an hour. So he ended up doing like 18 to 20 years. In that 20 years, I think he told me, he said, Ken, I made about $30,000 in those 20 years. I said, what's so crazy about that, my dude? You could have got a job at McDonald's and you would have probably made about a couple $100,000 in those 20 years. Just working at McDonald's, and you would have had your freedom and you would have been able to raise your children. So a lot of people have this illusion that the streets is all that. But if you look at the history of the streets, you know what I mean, you see that most of those people in the streets either die, go to jail, or end up on some type of drugs and alcohol. Now on the flip side, in the square world, you know, I got cousins. You know, my cousin Mark, he went to college, you know, spent 4 years in college, graduated from college, ended up moving to Chicago. He bought a trucking company. He got like 8, 9 trucks. He's a multi-millionaire right now. I got another partner who we grew up with. We used to go to karate school together, and we used to play basketball. We used to just do crazy stuff like race up and down the street, play kickball, the different stuff that kids do. His name was Randy. Randy, a square, you know, straight square.
Right.
All the rest of us was hustlers and getting money. Randy ended up getting his mama a house. His mama died. So his mama died and left him a house. The house was probably worth about $40,000. Randy decided to go into real estate. He took a mortgage out on the house, got the 40,000, took the 40,000, and bought up about 6 or 7 dilapidated cribs in the neighborhood. Learned carpentry, fixed those houses up. Now this brother owned like 3 or 4 apartment buildings. Never been in jail. In his 50s, a multi-millionaire. You know, the streets is fun, the money is quick, and the girls gonna come to you because you get so much money and you can afford to take them to Red Lobster every night. You can afford to take them to the movie. You can afford to take them to Vegas. And they love that. But the guy that's in the square world, he's gonna beat you out every time because it's in the numbers. The numbers say that he's gonna spend the rest of his life on the streets. The numbers say you're gonna spend at least a quarter of your life in prison. The numbers say that he's gonna make $13 to $14 an hour. The numbers say you're gonna make 13 to 14 cents an hour. And if you do the mathematics on that, the calculations, over a period of 20 years, the square is gonna make hundreds of thousands. In a period of 20 years, you're gonna make maybe 20 to 30,000. So you're gonna spend all this time in prison, you're gonna lose all your youth. And this guy here, he's gonna be out here buying houses, buying Mercedes, buying Benzes. And this one dude, I remember a dude named Tim, I'll never forget him. This was in probably 1994. I had a 1990 Fleetwood Cadillac, and I was riding the Cadillac. Tim pulled up on me in a brand new Benz. I'll never forget it. 94 Benz. And he said, yeah, nigga. He said, nigga, you got to drive like this. You got to ride foreign. You got to ride brand new. And I looked at Tim. I said, nigga, the route you going, you know, with that sack you got bigger than Santa Claus, I guarantee you, nigga, you know what I'm saying? You know, 2-3 years, nigga, you gonna be off the street, nigga, if you don't lift your script. He get indicted a year later. I didn't get that 94 Benz in 94, but just through maneuvering and stacking my money, by 97, I had that same 94 Benz, and the body style had not changed yet. The body style changed every 10 years. I had that same 94 Benz that Tim had. I took a picture. I went over by Tim's brother's house and said, man, send this picture to your brother. And he sent the picture to Tim, and Tim had like maybe 13 years on a conspiracy charge. And I sent him a little letter. I said, Tim, I told you, man, you understand what I'm saying, that I'm gonna get this car, man, but I'm gonna stay free though. You know, so the point and the moral of the story is that, you know, yeah, you're gonna get that new car. It's gonna be the freshest car on the block. But by the time you go through 20, 30 years, everybody that you thought couldn't buy that car, everybody you was trying to impress and you was trying to show off in front of, they end up buying the same car because the value dropped.
Right.
You see what I'm saying? Even though it was worth $80,000 when you bought it, the value to drop to $40,000 now is with the fair market price value. So everybody who got a semi-credit rate can go get that. You know what I'm saying? So that's the part that I never liked about the game. You know what I mean? Why should I chance getting that 2019 Benz when I can just chill and stack my money, wait till the value go down, and don't have to take all these wild, crazy penitentiary chances and get the same car that the baller had and get the same reaction because, you know, cars take a while. That's why they only make them every 10 years. It takes a while for them to grow out of people's mind.
Right.
You know what I'm saying? You know, you can get a 2019 Benz, but the body style could have been made in 2015, and the people in 2019, you know, in the 2015, you won't even know the difference.
Right.
You know, and that's how squares think. You know, delayed gratification. It's that instant gratification that kills you. That's what sends you to the penitentiary. That greed, you know, that impatience. And that's the difference between the underworld. And the underworld, they want it quick. And so they move impulsively and they don't have time to think. You know, you hit a lick, like I'm gonna go rob this bank. You know, you rob a bank, you know you're gonna get 20, 30,000. But you could get caught and get 20, 30 years.
Right.
But the square say in his mind, I'm not gonna rob that bank. I'm gonna go to work. I'm gonna work for 4 years. You know, I'm gonna put my money in credit union. I'm gonna build my credit up, and I'm gonna go and I'm gonna put a down payment on it, and I'm gonna pull it off the lot. You see what I'm saying?
Mm-hmm.
So that's the difference between the underworld and the square world. The squares is thinking long term, and the street people is thinking instant gratification. Instant gratification. Instant gratification.
This is my book, The Art of Human Chess. It's a bestseller, New York best time seller. This book here sold millions, sold all over the world, all throughout the prison system. This is the book, The 48 Laws of Game, Pimpology. Make sure you get these books. If you don't want to buy the hardcover, if you don't want to buy the paperback, then the best thing to do is go to iTunes on your cell phone and type in my name, Pimpinken, and I guarantee the book will pop up. If that don't work, go to audible.com, type in my name. If that don't work, go to amazon.com, type in my name. Anywhere books is sold all over the country, you can get my books. These are my best-selling books. You hear people talk about them all the time on Instagram, on Snapchat. These are definitely some good reads. Please get my book. I guarantee you that you will never be the same. Your life will be impacted, and also your life will be enhanced just by getting these two books, The Art of Human Chess and The 48 Laws of Game. Just like the 48 Laws of Power, just like The Art of War.
Too cool to count 24/7.